And it's Arsenal. Arsenal FC were by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. Get in there. Yo, people will be saying it's your boy Muizy13. And we are back for another post-match reaction. Arsenal beaten Bayern 3-1 at the Emirates. Talk to me nice. As you can see, I'm absolutely buzzing about this game. What are they gonna say now? What are the haters? What are they gonna say now? Oh, North London Derby. Oh, that game's gonna be tough. Really, bruh? At the Emirates, we always beat them. Ooh, Bayern is coming to town. They're unbeaten this season. Oh, they're gonna beat Arsenal. Kane scoring all these goals. We should be scared. 3-1 win. On your head top. Just talk to us nice. It's about time you start respecting Arsenal, man. This is a different team. This is a different team. This team is built different, man. And the sooner people understand that and realize that, then they can make peace with it. Once you make peace with Arsenal being a good team, I'm telling you, you're going to sleep better at night. Because we're not going anywhere. This team is just getting started. Just don't let us win the big ones. If we win the Prem, we're the champs. Dynasty loading. That's the dynasty loading. But let me not get too ahead of myself. You know, we only beat Bayern at the end of the day. Like, I guess it's expected, huh? Nah, but in all seriousness, I'm absolutely buzzing about that game. Arsenal in the game 3-1 against Bayern, and honestly, very well deserved. What a game it was. Game started off very interesting. First 5 to 10 minutes, I felt like Bayern had a good start. They controlled the tempo of the game, the possession. Arsenal sat in their shape, pressing when they needed to, dropping back when they needed to. It was kind of frustrating watching from an Arsenal perspective because I'm so used to just automatically going and dominating the team. But we had to show patience this game. This game really showed that Arsenal has matured from like the previous years where maybe they might just go straight into the game at 100 kilometers an hour and then get caught on the counter attack or anything. But this team has matured. And you've seen that in the game today. After the first 10, 15 minutes, we settled into the game, started taking control of the game. And around 20 minutes, we get a corner. You know what happens on corners? What did they say was going to happen to our corners when Gabriel got injured? Oh, Arsenal are finished and they're not going to be able to score any goals anymore. Ooh. Guys are moving like Gabriel scored 15 goals this season. Yeah, he's a very, very good set piece though. Don't get it twisted. He's been our best defender the last 2 years. I understand that, but respect Arsenal, man. When you have the likes of Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice delivering the ball into the box the way they do, you just need the players to make good runs. And once they make those good runs and they get that contact first, it's not looking good for you. It's not looking good for you. And we saw that today. Jurriën Timber gets there first, nods it in, 1-0 Arsenal, 22 minutes in. I'm like, yes, come on. Let's kick on now. And unfortunately, that's not what we saw. We backed off away from them, gave them more time in the ball. It was actually driving me crazy. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, let's take this game to them, bro. They're there to be got at. Ended up giving them way too much time on the ball. And 10 minutes later, they had the ball on the left-hand side of the field. Played a beautiful cross-field pass over to Gnabry, who ran in behind Miles Lewis-Kelly, who was quite poor this game, in my opinion. But he was caught lacking. Gnabry plays the ball one time across the box, and Leonard Carl, the 17-year-old Bayern wonder kid, taps it home to make it 1-1. I was just sitting in my seat. I was just like, come on, bro. We had all the momentum. Why did we just give them a cheap goal like this? It was well worked from their side, to be fair, but it was poorly defended on our perspective. But nonetheless, it is what it is. That was 1-1 at the time. We kept it moving. It was more bad news. 5 minutes later, Leandro Trossard went down with an injury, and he had to be subbed off. But Madueke came on to replace him. Good to see him back in the squad now. He's fully recovered from that knee injury he had, and he's going to be vital because with the way Trossard went off, he usually doesn't go off like that. He might be missing that Chelsea game, and Madueke might just have to rise it against his old team. But back to this game, it went into halftime, and it was 1-1. Second half starts, and you can automatically see Arsenal took more initiative. They were taking the game to Bayern. They were like, no, we're not going to start the second half the way we started the first half where we gave you all the possession. We're going to dominate the ball. We're going to have more control of the game. And we did exactly that. Bayern obviously is still a very good team, so they still had possession quite a good amount in the game. But the possession they had really was more in their own half or in areas where it wasn't going to threaten Arsenal. Arsenal were happy to let them have possession there. But anytime it came close to our defense, we said, nah, get that out of here. Like, that's not running. And the game kept going on. Around the 60th minute, we made a few subs. Saka went off for Gabriel Martinelli. He went onto the left wing. Madueke switched to his more preferred side on the right. Ricardo Calafiori also came on from Lewis Kelly, who wasn't at his best today, and you automatically seen the difference. Calafiori absolutely locking up Olise. Olise tried to do the same thing he was doing to Lewis Kelly. Calafiori was like, that's not running with me, bro. That's not running with me. I'm going to lock you down. And like Calafiori does, continue with the attack, leading us on. And the second goal was very crucial. Calafiori making the overlap, play the ball across the goal one time for Nani Madueke, who's there at the back post to tap it in. Should I say the far post? But same thing. He's there at the back post to tap it in. Make it 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm like, gets in. Finally, this is well deserved. We've been all over them the second half. And we just kept doing that. Like, they kept going for the ball game. They said, let's open up more. Let's attack them more. Not knowing they're going to be susceptible to the counterattack. Arsenal said, fine, have the ball. We'll just sit back. And as soon as you make a mistake, we're going to counter and attack you. And that's exactly what happened. Bayern gave the ball cheaply away. Eze gets the ball, plays a beautiful ball over the top for Martinelli, who's running through and goal. Neuer is already in that sweeper keeper position, so he decides to commit to the ball, makes a mess of it. Martinelli knocks it past him, and he's running into an empty net, and he taps it in, makes it 3-1. At that point, it's game over. You're thinking, yeah, Bayern ain't coming back. Arsenal barely concede goals. Yeah, we've conceded a few goals lately. We conceded one goal against Spurs, conceded one against Bayern, but realistically, Arsenal's not conceding more than one goal in the game. If you concede two, like that Sunderland game, it's a big talking point, but it wasn't going to happen. 3-1, you're thinking game over, and game over it was. Arsenal could probably have scored maybe one or two more goals, actually. We still had some set pieces. We still had some chances that we didn't necessarily take. But 3-1, I am more than satisfied. This Bayern team has been... Hey, all the nightmares Bayern has given Arsenal in the past, or we weren't necessarily a good team as we are now. That's all in the past now. Arsenal are currently the best team in Europe. We've beaten the only undefeated team that was left in Europe. And Arsenal are the only team in the Champions League this season that has a 100% win record. We've won all 5 games in the Champions League this season so far, beating Bayern now, who had been previously the best team until they faced Arsenal today. Can't believe I'm saying that. Absolutely still crazy. I was there in the trenches when we had the likes of Mustafi, Socrates thinking it up, and now I get to see Saliba, Nkapie, Mosquera. Gabriel's injured and we're not missing a beat. Beautiful times, beautiful times. But Arsenal get a 3-1 win. I'm absolutely buzzing. Man of the match is Declan Rice for me. Timber is a close shout, but I'm going to give it to Declan Rice. He was absolutely monstrous in that second half. Bossed the midfield. Very solid in defense, sweeping things up, and he's just sensational. What a player we have, man. We got him half price. We got him half price. Declan Rice. We got him half price. Honestly, send another 100 million to West Ham, man. Just be like, yo, just keep the change, man. Now, but in all seriousness, I'm absolutely buzzing, as you can see. Beautiful game from Arsenal, getting a 3-1 win. And on to the big one on the weekend. Chelsea, we're coming for you guys. I know you guys got a nice win against Barcelona. You know, they had a red card, but you still did what you had to do. You got a 3-0 win. You just beat Bayern, who are the best team in Europe for me this season, until they played us, that is. But Stamford Bridge, Arsenal have a good record against Chelsea usually, and I'm expecting us to keep that record going and get that win at Stamford Bridge. And yeah, it's happy times right now to be an Arsenal fan. Enjoy it while you can, because we've been through the bad days. Hopefully this can be the good days where we go on to win some big trophies this season. But it's been your boy Moosey13. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to see you guys in the preview for the Arsenal-Chelsea game a few days later this week. Be out. Peace.